You're watching the Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, replacing missing teeth with dental implants. And according to my first guest, and she's been on the program before, she says nobody should be wearing a loose-fitting denture. We're talking about dental implants today with Dr. Kelsey Hill. Dr. Hill, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me, Randy.
Now, we were talking, and you were on the program like 10 years ago. So what's changed for you in the past 10 years? Why is getting dental implants better today than it was back then?
Well, first and foremost, my appreciation for the impact that it can have on my patients' lives. It's a huge deal. It can transform someone from no confidence, no charisma, no self-esteem, to now smiling, eating, chewing, laughing, talking, all these things that patients weren't able to do in the past.
It's very nice. Now, you were mentioning that what used to take you like a year or even more, now you can do in just a fraction of the time. So what's changed with technology? Because I know you're big on technology.
It's extremely important to me to have, the latest technology. And, what's happened over the course of the past 10 years is nowadays with 3D scanners and cone beams, we can be much more precise and less invasive with dental implant placement, which means shorter downtimes. People go right back to work nowadays right after having dental implants. Right? They don't have to stay at home and hide for a week. They can have teeth in a day. It's really quite amazing.
With dental implants, who's the typical patient that you see that comes in?
Well, there's no true typical dental implant patient. Most patients really fall into two categories. The first category being patients that just have really bad teeth. They, whether it's from a gum infection where their teeth are getting loose, they have bad breath, their teeth are starting to flare, or patients that have a lot of cavities and their teeth break and chip. And these patients, they don't want to end up in a denture. And
do they feel like they're going to end up in one?
People come in every single day. They're afraid they don't want to have a denture. And so they come to us and we help them. We prevent them from ending up in a denture. So the second group of patients would be the denture wearers. And these are the people that we probably can help the most. Denture wearers, they don't go to the dentist. They think, oh, I don't have any teeth. Why would I go?
Okay.
The only time denture wear, patients that have dentures, only time they come to our office is if they have a sore spot or they're so fed up with their denture flopping around that they want to get a reline. And then that only helps them for a few months, and then they're back doing this vicious cycle. And people get frustrated and tired of it. And so dental implants can, transform a person's ability to chew and talk, eat, smile. And for those patients, they actually can walk in, they don't have any teeth, and they walk out that same day with a fixed set of teeth on the top and bottom.
So upper and lower teeth that don't come out.
Yes, we can do that.
So how old can you be? Like what's the upper range of patients that could do this?
I have colleagues that are placing dental implants on patients that are 100 years old.
Really?
Yeah, my probably the oldest patient that I've placed dental implants on was an 89-year-old man.
Wow.
And he was wonderful. He came in and he was so frustrated with having his denture constantly moving. He didn't want to go to lunch with his friends because he wasn't sure if there'd be anything on the menu that he could chew. He didn't want to worry about having to break away and have to take the denture out and clean all the food out from underneath of it. And so he came in and we evaluated him, and as simple as putting 4 lower implants in on the bottom, we gave him a secure set of teeth. And I actually just saw him a few weeks ago.
Okay.
He came back in and he's a new man. Like he's going out to, he's going out to lunch with his friends. He's golfing, he's smiling, he's way more social. And you know what he said to me? He said, Dr. Hill, I wish I did this sooner. I would have enjoyed my retirement that much more 10 years ago if I could have lived like this.
But if you're like 89 years old, aren't the implants more likely to fall out?
No, definitely not. People, when they're 70 years old, they come in and they think, oh, I'm too old to have this done.
They say that.
Oh, yeah. And that's absolutely not true. When you're 70, you're young. You have years to live, and you might as well enjoy your retirement. Half of retirement is focused around eating and traveling and being able to explore new foods in other countries. And if you have broken teeth and dentures, you don't have that enjoyment.
We talked. I mean, you've been in practice for more than 11 years.
Yeah.
But now you have a new center, a new practice, your own practice, and I'm paraphrasing you, but it's kind of like the culmination of a dream. Like you really want it to be your dream practice. Can you elaborate on that? What does that mean?
Yeah, it is my dream practice. And, the most important thing to me is having the latest cutting edge technology for my patients.
Okay.
I want patients to come in and have an excellent experience. I want to provide the highest quality care that I possibly can.
Now, nobody likes going to the dentist, though.
No.
Do you hear that, by the way?
Every single day.
Even to you?
No one wants to come to the dentist.
What do they say, like, no offense?
Always, no offense. But you know what? We're going to change that because I want patients to come in and have a wonderful experience. Patient comfort and safety is my top priority.
Okay.
When we're placing dental implants and having the best technology that there is out on the market.
Okay, good. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The way dental implants are typically done, not just in your state, but throughout the U.S., is you go to one doctor that does the surgery, a second doctor that puts the teeth on top, and then you get them maintained at a third office. Now, your office, you do all three parts. Is that why you do it so quickly?
Yeah, so what's wonderful about our office is that we can do almost all services in-house, whether it's regular general dentistry, from having crowns in a day to saving teeth. That's something. I'm not one of those centers that you go there and they're only going to pull your teeth, and we actually will work towards saving teeth. But we also can do most everything in-house. Yes, occasionally we need to lean on one of our wonderful specialists, but you can come in and you can have your teeth pulled, your implants placed, and we'll give you teeth in a day.
So you do like things like root canal and cosmetic veneers and crown and bridge and all the standard stuff.
All the things.
Because a lot of the people, like you had mentioned, you were giving me the inside scoop on in the green room, is many places just do one thing.
Right.
But and losing teeth is expensive.
Right.
So you save teeth when you can.
Exactly.
Are there ever people that self-diagnose and say, I want those implants, but yet you're able to save their teeth?
There are patients, I actually just recently had someone come in who he thought he needed all of his teeth out. And he was wrong, and he was so happily wrong. We actually were able to save his teeth and transform his smile and his confidence and, give him, actually, it changed his whole life, and now he's an amazing salesman making crazy amounts of money because he's got his confidence back. But so he was someone that thought he needed all of his teeth out, and we were able to save his teeth. So
are there a lot of people, like where you are in Maine, that are either headed to a denture or they have a denture? I mean, is this like a big problem?
It's a huge problem. Tooth loss in our area is extremely, extremely common. I mean, there are enough patients in the greater Portland area alone to fill entire Gillette Stadium in Foxborough full of denture wearing patients.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, then look, if implants are so good, why aren't they all doing it? What's your take?
I mean, my take on it is that, people that have dentures, one, they don't go to the dentist, so they don't know their options. A lot of people are concerned about the cost. And the cost, a lot of people, there's this misconception that you have to have a dental implant for each tooth, and that's not true. You can have as little as 4 or 6 implants to support a row of teeth. So it's really, a misconception out there. And another misconception is some of these patients were told they don't have enough bone to do this.
But it is true. I mean, if you've been wearing a denture 10, 15 years, you don't have enough bone for dental implants. Is that true?
No, that's not true.
Okay.
In the past, before, when we didn't have 3D scanners and guided implant placement, that might have been true. I actually just had someone come in that was told at another practice that he didn't have enough bone for dental implants. We did an analysis of his jaw, and we planned exactly where the implants are going to go. And it turns out he's actually a great candidate. So that's not true. I've had this one patient that came in, and he was wearing traditional dentures for 10 or 15 years. And we were able to give him implants and have a full set of teeth that were secured by implants. And it was life-changing.
So bone is not an issue?
No, it is not.
I mean, is that technique-driven? Is it experience-driven?
I think it's a combination. I think it's technique, it's experience, it's the modern implants that we can use, angulation adjustments that we can do.
Okay.
So, there's quite a few factors.
What do they like more, how it looks or what they could eat?
Oh, that's a tough question. Depends who you ask. I've had some patients. I had this one woman that, the only thing she cared about was like looking better.
Okay.
She was going through a hard time and she was all about getting her smile back. And, I saw her 6 months later and she was like, what I didn't realize I was going to love was how well I can eat now. And she had lost weight actually because she can now eat salads and carrots and nuts, all these things that she wasn't able to eat before.
So salads are hard to eat when you have bad teeth?
Yes.
'Cause they seem like an easy one.
No, you can't chew. You can't tear the food if you have loose, broken teeth or ill-fitting dentures. And then, the opposite is true. I had this one guy that came in and the only thing he cared about is being able to eat a steak. He just wanted to chew.
Okay.
We gave him that ability. And then, I found him on Facebook a few months later and he's taken all these selfies of him smiling. So, he didn't actually directly tell me that the smiling portion, the confidence portion was, his favorite part, but Facebook says enough.
Do you ever get on a consult and you're hearing some of these really hard luck, bad teeth stories and they decide they're going to move forward, but do you ever think like they have no idea how good this is going to be? Could you speak to that?
Yeah. You know what? When a patient comes in, they don't know what they don't know. And after doing this for 10, 11 years, it's just amazing because I see people after they have charisma, they have confidence, they are getting the girlfriend they never had, their jobs are doing better, they're accelerating their careers. So
do you ever read people wrong? Like you thought somebody was real serious and they weren't at all? Just
all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, or they'll come in and they won't smile and they're stern and then we give them, new teeth and all of a sudden they're shooting the breeze with the front desk and laughing and smiling, maybe even flirting with the ladies up front. I don't know.
Have you ever had like your front desk go, do you know who that is? Like you don't even recognize them?
Yes.
Just because of their attitude, really?
Oh yeah, that definitely happens. My front desk, wonderful lady, she comes in, she's like, that's not the same guy. It's not the same guy. That's how powerful it can be.
Now, most of the patients you see, right, they have not liked their teeth, you told me, for years, like 5 years, 10 years,
Right.
15 years, never smiled in family photos.
Yeah.
So all that goes away.
All that goes away. And I would say that the most common thing that I hear from people is that I wish I did it sooner. I wish I would have, come in and found out my options and come in and find out what you can do to change my smile.
But it does seem painful, the procedure.
A lot of people think that. And I tell you from doing this on patients over the past 10 years, it's actually quite remarkable. Patients come in the next day after having the procedure and they are doing some ibuprofen and Tylenol, but they're ready to go back to work.
Is that right?
They're blown away that they anticipated it would be much more painful than
Now, what
it
about
is.
during the procedure?
Well, so first and foremost, like I said, patient comfort and safety is my top priority.
Okay.
So, we will always effectively numb a person so
All
they're
right.
not going to have any pain during the procedure. And for patients that are worried or have dental anxiety, we have sedation options. The first option is oral conscious sedation, which is a pill form sedation that helps make the person feel relaxed during the procedure. And we also offer IV sedation.
I mean, I guess you were an early adopter with sedation dentistry. You love sedation. Why is that?
My patients love sedation. That's why I love it.
Okay.
I was, started sedating people 10 years ago, so I've had a lot of experience. It's extremely safe. We have the patients closely monitored. They're hooked up to a pulse oximeter, blood pressure cuff. Some situations we're watching their heart rate. So it's extremely safe and it makes people comfortable, relaxed, and you know what? Very often they don't remember much of the appointment.
Is that right?
And they like that.
So they just get a ride home and then wake up with beautiful teeth.
That's the goal.
Like what happened? They forgot what happened. And how soon can they eat after it's done?
So patients can eat right away. In the beginning, when the implants are healing, we like people to be, have some softer foods. But once the implants heal, they can bite into an apple, bite into corn on the cob. They can eat steak and carrots and salad, everything.
Now, your practice, you offer a variety of options. Some snap in, snap out that are locked in teeth, and then also permanent teeth that don't come out.
Correct.
What's your take on these more affordable snap in, snap out type of teeth? Who likes those the most?
They can be great. I think that people that have an existing denture and they're extremely frustrated with it, I find that those patients, once we add implants and secure the denture and have more of the snap on, snap off, it's life-changing for them. You know, they tell me they can eat food, they can laugh, they can smile. I even had one patient say, "I'll follow you anywhere you want to go," just because I, had made such an impact on their lives. So those patients with the snap in, snap out, that's a great option for them, and it's a more affordable option. And for those same people, they also have the option of getting a fixed set of teeth, so something permanently in that doesn't come in and out. That's even more ideal. That feels like your natural teeth. It's your third set of teeth, some people say. So that's something that's screwed in and it only can come in and out at the dentist. And those patients, they're just like you and I. They come in, they get their teeth cleaned every 4 to 6 months. And it's super easy to maintain. And the other main advantage of patients that have the teeth that don't come in and out would be the fact that the roof of their mouth is not covered anymore.
What does that mean for them?
I mean, they can taste food again, they can taste spice and, a glass of Sauvignon Blanc and, all of a sudden they can taste food better and they also can talk better. When you don't have anything on the roof of your mouth, your speech is much more natural, much more like when you had your original teeth.
Now, I got to ask you, since your typical patient might be over 60 years old that does this, they, statistically are on more than 4 medications.
Right.
Can you be on medications and do this?
Yeah, you definitely can. And I would say almost all my over 65 patients have multiple medications, not just a percentage of them. And yeah, we, if someone has a complicated medical history, we can work with their doctor, and even type 2 diabetes, you can still get dental implants.
If it's controlled, you can do it.
If it's controlled, exactly.
Because like if 89-year-olds are doing this, so a 7-year-old, I mean, that's young these days.
It's very
60
young.
years old.
Yeah.
And you say there's that many people that are wearing dentures where you are, and they just don't know their options because
they don't come in. They don't come in. They don't come in and have at least a consultation to find out what they can do.
Okay. Now I know a couple denture wearers. They never complain about their denture. Are you saying there's like no such thing as a truly happy denture wearer?
Well, of course they're not going to complain to you, Randy. They only complain to us.
Okay, good point.
Let me tell you about the life of a denture wearer patient. Leading up to them getting a denture, there was cavity after cavity and toothaches and trips to urgent care and antibiotics and trips to the specialist. And, people feeling nickeled and dimed and wasting their good hard-earned money on, trying to patch and fix things. So those people, they're fed up with their teeth. And when their teeth are removed, they feel some sense of relief.
Is that right?
Yeah, and they feel a sense of relief, and then they never want to go back to the dentist again after that.
Okay.
But little do they know, what a few dental implants could do to change their life.
Now, what if you have gum disease or this bacterial infection, periodontal disease? If your gums are bad, can you still do this? I mean, will the implants stay in there?
Yes, you can. So the way that works is we remove the bad teeth and we clean out the infection.
Okay.
And the gums heal, and then the source of the infection is gone.
So the gums get better again?
Oh, yeah. So, people with periodontal disease can still have dental implants very successfully.
Is that your typical person that comes in? They have gum infection?
Very commonly. I would say, that's one of the main categories. Those people that have, their teeth have gotten loose, they're starting to flare, there's not enough healthy bone supporting the teeth, and the gums are infected. So we remove all of that, we clean that out, and then they can have implants.
Okay, now what about insurance? Because I guess even the best dental insurance doesn't really cover it. Medicare, Medicaid doesn't cover this.
That's
but
right.
You say people can finance this, and they do.
Yeah, they do. We see it all the time. There's ways to make payments over time. And we offer certain in-house discounts. We have an in-house membership plan that helps make it more affordable for a lot.
So what is the process in your office? Somebody, it's been determined they're one of the 2 categories. Maybe they're wearing a denture, or it's been determined all their teeth have to come out. What are the steps to getting the new teeth at your office?
Yeah, so the first appointment, the patients come in, we meet them, we get to know them. We come up with a plan for them. So we talk about, some patients might have the teeth that snap in, snap out. Some patients might choose to have the teeth that stay in permanently, so something screwed in.
Okay.
Then there's other patients that actually we can save their teeth. So we give them a smile makeover and do crowns and bridges, even fillings. So there's a wide range. But once the person decides which path they want to go down, the next appointment, we do the smile design.
All right.
So, a patient, very often patients will bring in, a picture of themselves when they were happy with their teeth. And so then we'll duplicate what their smile used to look like so their friends don't know.
Okay.
So we can pick the color, the shape. We have, lots of different options when it comes to that. And then the third appointment is the procedure.
That's when you get your new teeth.
That's when you get the new teeth, yeah. That's pretty much it.
So it's a 3-step process.
Exactly.
Now, you're a dentist, so you probably think like the smile is the most important thing, or healthy teeth and gums are the most important thing. So how important is it?
Well, don't take my word for it.
Okay.
I just actually recently read an article in Men's Health. What is the number one thing that someone looks for in a spouse? Number one, smile.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you close your eyes and you remember a loved one, do you picture them frowning or do you picture them laughing and smiling? Of course you're going to visualize them smiling. But there's one example that I know of. I've heard a friend tell this story, and there's 2 sisters. One of them had, they both had spaces in their front teeth, but one of them, it drove her crazy. She wanted to change it. She had no confidence. And then the other one, she really just embraced it. It was part of her, is how people knew her. And they both interviewed for the same job. And who do you think got hired? The one that had no confidence and that didn't want to show her teeth, or the one that was smiling and laughing?
That's a good point. So it's not necessarily the prettier smile you hire, but if one has charisma and is positive,
exactly,
and the other one doesn't.
Exactly. That's how important a smile can be.
That's a good point.
What I find amazing is, it's not just the smile that you change their physical appearance, you change their internal appearance. All of a sudden, they have charisma, they have confidence. It can ignite romance. You can boyfriend, girlfriend, you can get remarried at any age if you all of a sudden have, a new outlook on things.
Do you hear this from patients? Like when it's all said and done?
All the time. I have, one of my patients was in just recently, and we had taken her teeth out and did 4 implants for her, and she says it's the best decision she made in her life. She's ready to kiss her husband again.
That's nice.
Yeah, I know, it's sweet. And she is just a new person. She's a new person.
And so the bad breath that's associated with this gum infection, how soon does that go away? If that's the cause.
Yeah, if the bad breath is caused from the gum infection, as soon as you get the teeth out and clean it up, bad breath is gone.
It's not a problem.
No, not a problem at all. Patients with bad teeth, they feel judged. They feel like people look at them as uneducated or, have less money. They feel judged and they want to hide. They don't want to be social. They don't want to go out.
It's kind of like the movies, right?
Yeah.
Whenever they portray a poor person, they give them bad teeth.
That's exactly right.
At least that's what you said.
Yeah. And Randy, if you go to any Halloween store, what do? They have buck teeth, these things for, costumes.
So the teeth matter.
The teeth matter, yes.
So it's not because you're a dentist.
It's not because I'm a dentist, absolutely
okay,
not.
good. And what's it like when they, when it's all done and they look at themselves in the mirror for the first time? What's that like?
Most of the time it's tears.
Okay.
From happiness and, excitement, and, it's visualizing what their future is going to be with their new confidence and their new ability to eat and laugh and talk comfortably without being worried that their denture is going to fall out. So it's honestly, it's my favorite part of my whole job is, when you hand the person a mirror and they look in it for the first time, when you've given them their new smile, it literally is a new chapter in their life. They don't have to worry about their teeth all the time. And so now they feel free and light and happy.
And so you think that, now can you spot people that are embarrassed of their smile? Like when you're out and about, can you tell when somebody, as you call it, guarding their smile?
Always. There's 2 telltale things. Either the person, is hiding their teeth with their lip. They grow beards, they grow mustaches, something to hide it. They'll put a mask on. Ladies put their hands over their face all the time. There's all the tricks.
Do you ever give them your card when you're out and about?
Yes, I should.
You don't?
I don't. That might be a little too forward for me. But.
So no more dentures. I mean, look, is that the future of dentistry, whether it's 20 years or 50 years, like dentures as we know them will probably be gone? Everything will be attached to something? Do you believe that?
That would be my goal. That would be my dream. No one deserves to be wearing a denture.
But do you think it'll happen?
I do.
Someday?
I do. I think with time, technology, getting the word out there that people have options, they need to come in. They need to find out what they can do to improve their health
Now,
and their life.
where you are in Maine, people will travel to see you.
Yeah, that's right. I have patients, travel from North Conway, New Hampshire. They travel all the way from New Hampshire to Maine, yes, to have it done. People from, Auburn and Lewiston, Augusta, Sanford down south, people come up to see us, and it's wonderful.
Now, we're low on time, so I'm going to rush you a little bit here. But as far as implant options, because I know you offer a few options, what are they? So if a patient comes in, they're either the denture wearer or they're the person that's been determined all their teeth have to come out, new teeth. How many implants?
First tier, 2 implants, a row of teeth that snap onto the 2. The next level would be putting 4 implants on the top and the bottom and having a set of teeth that snap on and snap off.
Okay.
Next level up, that's even more natural feeling, is the screwed in sets of teeth. So something that doesn't come in and out, a full arch with the palate not covered. So that would be top and bottom. So that's really the different options, 2, 4, or 6.
Now, with people that get the upper lower teeth that don't come out, can they, when they're all healed up, can they eat anything like bite a raw carrot with their front teeth or chew almonds or whatever?
I mean, yes, these people can bite into apples, corn on the cob, anything they want. I mean, don't start chewing ice or rocks, but
well, you probably could.
You probably could.
But I mean, look, and if it's done properly, especially the upper and lower teeth that don't come out, just like your regular teeth, if you take care of them, they can last forever, for as long as you last.
Yes, with proper care and proper health, these services can last for
Final message. We're out of time. The 2 groups, dentures or really bad teeth and gums, they've heard what you have to say, but they're still skeptical. What do you say to them?
I would tell those people, call us. Please come in, find out what your options are. Please let us help you.
Do they get to meet with you
of course.
on every consult?
Yeah, they will see me.
Okay, good. And as far as pricing and things like that, you say you're competitive.
Yes.
With everybody that's out there.
That's correct.
And when you compare, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but we talked about in the green room that when you compare what you're doing with everybody else you're doing, it's pretty much about the same wherever you go.
That's correct. Yep.
But you think you guys have a little bit better place going on there, friendlier, more fun to go to.
We're patient focused. We have the latest technology. We have cutting edge care that we can provide. So that's what sets us apart. Okay, good. I want to thank you for coming on the show. Good stuff. So do they go to the website, make an appointment, or just call you directly? Either one. Okay. All right. Great. Dr. Hill, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for having me. You've been watching the Wellness Hour, news that makes you healthier. I'm Randy Alvarez. For now, I wish you good health.